I'll record this. May not be necessary. So welcome. It's 12:05. Thank you for joining. I think there'll probably be more people joining in. This is a little bit of a pilot. I'm Dylan. If you've met me or not in person, it's great to share this moment with you on Zoom. Here we are, July 9th, week 18 for me of COVID living. This is a pilot. This is a good idea. I get these good ideas. I don't follow all of them, but some of them. This Saturday would have been Palooza number 9. And Palooza is one of my favorite things in the normal course of the year, but due to COVID, we're not going to have a physical on-site. And one of the benefits of Palooza is we get a bunch of people together from all the different class years of FEMBA. We invite the executive MBA, daytime MBA, friends and family, and we have, beer and paella and an In-N-Out truck and music. And the beer is brewed by our Diego Benitez, who has his own brewery. He's a FEMBA grad from a year or two back. And we have these little tents, learning on the lawn. And the people and programs of Anderson get to meet the people and programs of Anderson. And really, the people are the star of the day. And as you wander around the day, you just shake hands, meet people. What year are you? What program are you? I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm a boyfriend, girlfriend, I'm a brother, sister. It's a real fun day. I have no ability to recreate it at the moment with COVID, so this is not trying to replace that, but it's in the spirit of that. And I'm going to say, 5 or 8 minutes worth of hello, and I can take a couple questions, but this is not a sales. I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything today, which is hard for me. I love to sell. But really, we're just going to share you into randomized breakout rooms, and I'll try to give you an interesting topic. And then, it's just like, we'll be rooms of 5, and it's just something better to do than looking at the same 10 people on Zoom that, I look at every day. I love my team, but, we're all sick of each other. In a loving, sick of the way you get sick of, family and loved ones when you're around each other nonstop, which is, this kind of challenge that we're all dealing with. How do we maintain our energy and our professional output in the face of all of this change? So the hope with this was that we could, I know this will be heavily weighted towards the 2023s, but I also know we have some 2020s who just graduated. We're grateful for them. We have some second and new third year students. So this is 4 generations of FEMBA in a very informal manner. And, we're going to reinvent education this year. There's going to be downsides, of course, but there are also going to be upsides. And for what it's worth, this kind of digital access to each other, no matter where we are physically, is a really good thing. So we're going to reinvent education. We're going to reinvent our careers. We're going to reinvent our lives in the next year as we navigate through this thing. And I'm a big fan of the idea that anything I need is in the network, and the network that you're a part of, right, is an incredible expansion of your ability to achieve things. So what I'm going to be aiming you at as we go into the breakout rooms is, when you introduce yourselves, I want you to answer this question. I am a resource for, and then you're going to fill in the blank. So I am a resource for blank. And that'll be one way for people in your little breakout to get a sense, okay, Ryan is passionate and he is a resource for X. So I'm going to pick on Samantha because she and I are partners in this Drive Time podcast. So, Samantha is a recent graduate. Samantha is a resource for modern, savvy, digital outcomes. She is one of those people who can kind of see around corners when you get into marketing, creativity, digital assets. And she and I have been working on what we're going to launch tonight. We have 7, we're calling them Summer Spotlight Drive Time recordings. 2 are alumni and 5 are 2020 graduates who were all nominated by their peers. And we're going to release the first of those to you either today or tomorrow. And the person we're going to release is an alum, and her name's Kate Greenberg. She is the Chief Marketing and Development Officer for a Major League Sports franchise philanthropic arm. So she works for the Washington Nationals. She's 10 years out of school. She graduated Anderson in 2010. And she's got this really cool story. She and her husband met. It's a love story. I won't give it all away, but they met at UCLA in undergrad. She started FEMBA, her last year of FEMBA. He started law school. They have 5 UCLA degrees between the two of them. They've relocated, I think, 4 times in 10 years from Los Angeles to Florida, Florida to New York, and now they're in DC. They've created their family. They have 2 beautiful children. And 18 months ago, she got the job she has now at the Washington Nationals, and they're really reinventing philanthropy. And she's got 2 amazing wow MBA results. If you listen all the way to the end, she spent a day with President Obama, and she gets to tell the story of what it was like to get to kind of walk him around and host him, and to really be in the presence of his human kind of energy. And she is also the only FEMBA that I know of who has a World Series championship ring, because the staff of the Nationals got rings last year. So, for instance, if you want to know about how to launch a podcast, Samantha is a resource for that. And she's my partner, and we've been having a blast. So last thing, and we're going to kind of move forward. For those of you who are 2023s, I want to make sure you did get the invitation. I think it's gone out. If not, it's coming out. July 22nd, we will have an official town hall, and we're going to have Gonzalo Freixas, and we're going to just, every question you have about leadership foundations, fall quarter, all of that, we will address in a formal kind of manner. Everything obviously is evolving. The goal is an online experience for orientation. Leadership foundations will be online, and then physical available education for the fall quarter. That's the plan that we're working on. If you need to stay home, choose to stay home, you have the ability to go 100% Zoom. And if you have the desire to be in person, you'll get that also. So that's the headline. That's what we're building. Everything is subject to change based on state and county authorities above us. But the Anderson commitment is that people who want to be physically in the classroom with each other this fall are going to have the ability to do that. So that's kind of the headline. But again, this right here today is not about all that. So, yeah, so that's kind of it. I'm going to give you a question in a minute. I'll do like 3 ask me anything. So I'll just do a couple questions. I'll try to keep the answers short. But again, this is not a sales opportunity. And, if you have a question, if it's specific, email me offline. But I'm looking for any kind of question that you think a lot of people here would possibly be curious about. So I'll do 3, and then I'm going to send you off into your breakouts. And the whole opportunity is going to be to, have 45 minutes of getting a network and meet some new people. So I'll take 3 questions. Who would like to ask? Just, I guess, raise your hand with the little blue hand. I will call on you. And if we don't have any questions, that's okay too.
Does everyone know how to do the raise hand?
All right, good. Well, maybe we're here to meet each other. I'm sad to be missing the paella. The paella was off the hook. Yeah, the paella was really great. That's Chris Thompson. Many of you know Chris Thompson on the team. He took over Palooza a couple years ago, and the catering the last couple of years has been through a friend of his who has a catering company, and the paella was incredible. All right. If we have no questions, that's great. We can proceed forward. So the discussion topic is the last 3 months, right? Like pluses and minuses. What have you learned? It's not all good, obviously. It's not all bad. We got 3 real system level shocks that we are relating to as a society, right? There's obviously the pandemic, there's the associated economic downturn, and then there's the street, right? Our awareness of social justice, social injustice. A lot of the history of America is being brought up and looked at with fresh eyes. And we're not done, right? We still have to hold a democratic election this fall and agree on the results. And all of us, right, MBA kind of folks, we're the people who are in the trenches making daily decisions about how to keep the wheels of progress rolling in the face of this kind of really systemic shock. So we're going to be putting you in groups of 5, and the opportunity is just talk to each other. Hey, I am first name, last name. Where'd you go to school? Where do you work? What's your job title? And what what are the pluses and minuses of this last chapter, the last 3 months, and what are you looking forward to going forward, right? So for me, like a minus, there was no commencement, right? That's just, I mean, the pomp and circumstance of commencement. I'm still, Samantha's sick of hearing me say this, but the 2020s didn't get that. We're going to try to make it up later. Health, circumstances changing. That was a minus. We're not going to have Palooza on Saturday. That was a minus, right? And there are some pluses. I have breakfast and dinner with my wife and kids, and sometimes lunch. I'm making a garden. In our family, 10 days ago, we drove to Phoenix and rescued, got 2 puppies, right? And it's the highlight of the summer. We're not going to get to see the grandparents for my children, but we got 2 puppies, and right. And, I'm a creative kind of person, so I'm looking at this upcoming year going, I don't mind skipping the 405. I could go to Anderson a little bit less often. Just, I like to go when there's a tent pole event maybe, but for some of this stuff, right? Also with a lot of you all in the new class of 2023, I myself personally have had a lot more conversations than I would have had in a normal year. So, it's kind of this plus and minus. So, who are you? Where do you work? What are your responsibilities? Pluses and minuses of the last 3 months. Looking ahead, what are you looking forward to? And tell them about the adjective on your name. Why'd you choose that? And then answer the question, I am a resource for, right? By way of introducing yourself, right? I'm a resource for, I'm an IT expert. I can do this, and that, right? Or, just let people know, because the beauty of this whole deal is exponentially expanding your ability to create results in a short period of time, not just because you are smarter, and more productive, but because you're surrounded with this incredible lifelong network of people who are high talent, high aspiration, high output, collaborative, share success, think fearlessly, drive change, fellow members of your network. And today's just a little bit of a mini little flavor of what you would have experienced at Palooza, but we're going to do it here digitally. So that's what I wanted to say. And yeah. So, the 3 months, pluses and minuses, lessons learned, what you're looking forward to, what you're a resource for, anything else, have fun with it. There's no right or wrong answers. How many COVID haircuts have you given yourself, right? This is half of a COVID haircut. I still got to fix the top, right? Like what? The rules are all different, right? We can talk about different stuff, I think, this year, and still be incredible professionals who make incredible results happen. It's a unique moment in history, and it's a great time to be change adaptive and to be willing to kind of get out of my comfort zone, because that's what the world is asking me to do. So I am a resource for, make sure you ask that. So I'll kind of write these up. I'll throw them into the chat box and send it to everybody. Any questions before we launch? Looks like we have 63 participants. I'm going to assign groups of 5. They'll be randomized. If people arrive late, we'll just throw them into a room. So one room may have 6 people or something, or we'll make it fit. But again, you guys are the stars of this. I'm going to do this for the next 7 weeks. We'll see what we get. Maybe we'll get a little bit of momentum going. I know this was just 24 hours lead time. It'll be the same link each time. You can register once. You can attend 1 or 2 or 3, any combination. You can attend all. Be watching for this. Let's see if I can. Do I have it up still? Yeah. Let me just share screen real quick. This is my last.
You have 2 people raising their hand.
Oh, I do. Oh, okay, great. Oh, I got some late arriving. Okay, great. Let me just. So this is Kate Greenberg, and this will be tonight's podcast or tomorrow morning, whenever we give it to you. So this is 10 years post graduation. She's a C-suite officer for a major league sports franchise. She got to host President Obama for a day. It's a really, really cool story. So that's my little teaser. And Samantha and I have worked really hard on this, so I really invite you to just enjoy it when we send it out. So Michael, yes, please.
Yeah, hi everybody. It was interesting today. I was talking to someone this morning, and they said this is something about COVID, right? Is that they said, you know, they're on the west side, right? And so they have to fight, just like you were saying, the 405, you know, nightmare that it is. And they said, you know, just recently, within the last week or so, they said, nope, we're done. We're not going to have a regular office anymore. We're going to go all remote because it worked. And so I think that's one of the pros. I think post COVID, I could see a lot less office space being used. A lot less.
You can take a fixed expense off your balance sheet.
Yeah. And if you're getting the same or better results, like you just said, breakfast, lunch, maybe lunch and dinner with your family, employees are happier. You get a fixed expense off your balance sheet. So I think that's going to be, and if it hasn't happened already, more and more companies are going to have a seismic level shift away from offices.
Yeah, and thank you, Michael. You reminded me one in the plus minus column I wanted to share. And you know, Samantha had to live through the 100% virtual spring quarter, just like everyone. You know, yeah, no commencement, but on the opposite side of the balance sheet, we liberalized our auditing policy, and people got to listen in on additional electives above and beyond where they would normally be able to, due to constraints of either room capacity or physical driving and all that. And so that was like an unexpected benefit that's possibly and probably, I don't want to promise, but it looks like going to become like, we're just going to keep doing that because the faculty loved it. You know, there's like those 2 or 3, you know, your electives, you get 9 electives, right? So here I go selling stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna stop. It was an upgrade. Thank you, Michael, for that. Was there another hand, Samantha? Did I miss it?
There was, but it's not up anymore. So maybe the question got answered. Oh.
All right. Okay. Last call for questions. Again, for you in the new class, the town hall is going to be the 22nd, and that's going to be fun and worthwhile. Okay, so it's 12:22. The idea was till 12:50. You know, kind of a 45-minute footprint. If you want to get done early, if you want to go long, I'll leave Zoom on. But enjoy meeting each other. Pluses and minuses, lessons learned, what you're looking forward to. I'm a resource for, right? Enjoy this and feel free, like share emails, right? You know, you might share emails even if you don't think, oh, we didn't have the best chemistry, whatever. But, you know, sometimes like, oh God, I wish I could ask her something. You'll dawn on you later. So I would recommend, nobody has to do anything, but I would recommend you share some contact information and enjoy this. And then I hope to see many of you next Thursday, and you know, bring a friend. We'll kind of get a little, I think we'll get a little momentum as we get going. And please treat yourself to a really inspiring story, Kate Greenberg, when we release that. All right, so let me queue up the breakouts. All right, 61 into, okay, it's going to be 4 to 5 per room, and away we go.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, no, we're being recorded now.
Hey, sorry, I'm photobombing you here. I'm going to stop recording.